Did you know the average American will spend more than 90,000 hours at their job? That equates to more than one third of your life. And there's another stat that's crazy is more than 70% of Americans hate their job. So 1 out of 3 days that you're alive, you're spent doing something you absolutely hate. So the majority of the world spends their entire life doing something they don't enjoy to delay that gratitude until they're 65 and then can feel free and start actually living the life of their dreams. Now, there's something wrong with this equation, and I didn't want that to be my story. Overall, I didn't chase a normal career. In the end, it gave me a much better life. I decided early on that I wasn't going to trade the best years of my lives for weekends and retirement. Instead, I built a life where I control my time, my income, where I live, and who I work with, and most people are still waiting for that permission to live. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 reasons why I walked away from the safe traditional career path and how that decision actually led me to more freedom, more money, and a life that I love every single day. That choice took me to more than 100 different countries, helped me build a 100-person remote company, and let me focus on creating an unconventional career that I truly love every single day. If this is your first time seeing me or you haven't yet, then hit the subscribe button and let's get started. Now, the reason that most people wait till 65 to delay their dreams is they don't get kicked in the face by life. And unfortunately for me, that happened at a very young age. Around the age of 20, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. Around 21, she was diagnosed as terminally ill. And at 22, she sadly passed away. This moment in life taught me how precious everything is and how short life can be for some people that really deserve to live longer. In 1 month, I lost the person I love most, and I had a lot going on. It was my senior year of college. I had finals, I had graduation, and I was taking a study abroad group of 45 students over to the university in Prague. Getting punched in the face early or at any time by life really sucks. And after 15 years now, I realized that there's 2 paths that I could have done. I could have stayed safe, I could have played the traditional path, or I could have gone the other route that I chose, which was choosing a life that was uncomfortable, unfamiliar, and again, something that I realized at the time was the harder path. Sitting at home in my house where I grew up surrounded by friends and family would have felt more comforting, but I had an opportunity to seize, and I'm glad I chose that path. I'm the type of person that likes to find silver lining in just about every situation. And in that situation, it woke me up. It gave me a different perspective that most people don't experience until their 40s, 50s, or 60s even. It gave me the perspective that I needed to build a life on my own terms because time wasn't guaranteed. And from that day forward, I chose to choose a life of adventure. That adventure has taken me to places beyond my wildest dreams. And during that adventure, it also gave me the insight that I want to build a life that impacts other people positively. And so that's led me to do some amazing things, but those reasons will be on this list a little bit later. Now, adding a little bit of context is this all happened around 2011. Remote work, working overseas, it wasn't commonplace. It was basically left aside for a few people that had dual citizenships or they had some sort of IT job. I was a business major and I had neither. But after wrapping up my study abroad group in Prague, I decided to stay and try to find a job in Europe. I reached out to a lot of connections, and within a month, I was hired to teach financial economics as a professor at the university in Prague. Yeah, I was a 22-year-old professor, and that was that light bulb moment for me. I'd shown up in a new country, landed a prestigious and flexible job in under 30 days. That experience showed me the world was open to work and travel opportunities that most people never consider. And here's the thing most people don't realize, it's actually easier to work abroad now than you think. Back in 2011, it was definitely more difficult, but with remote working, digital nomad visas, and all the opportunities to live and work abroad, this life is even more accessible than ever. In 2026, you have no excuse to not be able to find a remote job, start a side hustle that's remote, or find a job in another country. It's just people have really gotten in their own way. They basically disqualify themselves, saying that I'm not technical, I've never done that before, how could I ever do that? And again, I've helped people who who were farmers within a few months go from farming to remote work. It is possible in the most extreme cases. And if you're not American, I've also helped dozens and dozens of other people from other countries access the US marketplace for international jobs and remote working where they're making 4 or 5 times more than their average country's salary. It is possible, but you just need to believe in yourself. Now, the next reason was location independence wasn't a big option at the time, but eventually it became accessible. When I first started working in Prague, it was a fantastic job, but I was still restricted to one area. I wasn't able to work remotely and travel around the world at the same time. I didn't have that location freedom. Eventually, I changed career paths and started working in marketing sales for tech companies. This led me to a working holiday visa in Australia, and basically, I didn't have much money, so it was really sink or swim. I spent more than 10 hours a day applying for jobs when I first landed, and I was doing things a little bit differently. Most people who went to Australia were looking for hostel jobs, backpacker jobs, working in bars, but I was looking for legitimate jobs that I would learn something. It actually turned out to be a strength because a lot of foreigners weren't actually applying for these jobs. So I landed a job at a tech startup, and it was actually a hybrid remote work job. And so what I always like to say is remote work is a one-way street. Once you start down that path, it's really hard to change it. And again, this was back in 2015 where remote work, again, wasn't that common. But it proved to me that it was possible. And from that moment on, I couldn't go back.
If you guys like that part, you're going to love this. I'm giving away my best-selling book for absolutely free. And here's how you can get the audiobook in just a few seconds. Inside this book is the same techniques I've used to work abroad in paradise in more than 100 different countries. And the best part, this strategy hasn't just worked for me. It's helped hundreds of thousands of people earn more, work less, and travel the world. I'll leave a QR code here where you can get the audiobook for free with a free 30-day Audible subscription.
Moving on to reason number 4, that travel is a disadvantage because you're taking a pause on your life. I think a lot of people think about this in a binary situation. You're either working or you're not working. But what if there was an option in the middle where you can be working and traveling? And that's basically what I've been doing for the past decade. You're living in other cities, you're having a job that's a little bit more flexible, and you can still enjoy life abroad. You're not just in a nice place working 80, 90 hours a week. You're actually focusing on that flexibility where you get to outsource some of that to other people. You can also build a company and lifestyle business where you don't have to trade so much of your time for money. And so the people who just spend a year abroad, that's great. I think it's awesome to take time off, kind of understand which direction to go in, but that's a year where you're not moving forward. During that year, you should have 1 or 2 goals to create new opportunities. If you're going to take time off for work, use those opportunities to travel, meet new people, and figure out what the next move is. And that's the thing that I noticed when I was traveling. I was traveling with intention to go from point A to point B, be as flexible in between, but I had intention on the goals that I wanted to achieve. I wanted to make money online, I wanted to have flexibility, and I wanted to be able to do this all on my own terms. The next reason is that the best opportunities come from saying yes. And a lot of times it can be hard to understand what to say yes to, but if it feels uncomfortable, if it feels like you're getting out of your comfort zone, typically saying yes to those opportunities is the path to actually growing. And when you're traveling abroad, you realize that you never know where these relationships are going to lead. Somebody you met in a hostel, met at a bar, met on the beach, wherever it is, they could turn out to a connection that can really change your life. And during this path of traveling, I met friends who had a friend who posted on Facebook about a remote job opening, and that later led to me starting as employee number 4 for a company called Empire Flippers. We grew the company from 4 people to more than hundreds of people. It was fully remote, one of the world's fastest growing companies, and a time where I learned so much about the online business space. Saying yes to one opportunity changed my life, and it's one of those things that you need to continue doing. It becomes harder and harder as time becomes more valuable. You become better at understanding what to say yes to and what to say no to. And typically, anytime I feel like it's going to be something uncomfortable, I push myself forward to get out of that comfort zone and say yes. Reason number 6 is that you can build wealth without sacrificing your life. Again, everything is in moderation. Most people understand that there's just two options: do nothing, live a life to its fullest. There's always a middle ground, and that sweet spot is where most people should live. And the reason it's not on social media is because it doesn't typically sell well. People want to get you to those other extremes. But wealth building is one of these things where there's certain experiences that I had in my 20s that in my 30s, I really wouldn't want to do anymore. Couch surfing, staying in hostels with 20 people, going to the running of the bulls, and basically sleeping outside with no tent for 3 days. Events and lifestyle things like these are always going to be possible, but as you grow older, you're likely not going to be as interested in these opportunities. So you can still enjoy life while building wealth. And the best advice that I can give people is set aside a portion of your income for those fun activities like travel, festivals, whatever it is, but match it and probably double it with investments. Automatic investments that happen every week or every month into stocks, into crypto, into something that's going to make you more money. Those are the ways to build wealth. You need to set it and forget it. Every quarter you can readjust it, but this is the way you can start building wealth from a young age. You don't have to sacrifice everything. You just have to be smart about it. Have a plan and make sure that you're living your 20s but still saving for your 30s. Reason 7, you can have the life of your dreams, but you're going to have to do things that other people don't. If you want to live a different life that 99% of people don't have, you have to do things differently. And I think this is something that most people don't understand. Some of the weird things that I've done differently are I haven't had a car for 15 years. Just imagine and take how much money you've put into your car for the past 15 years. Basically, that math alone could allow you to travel fairly cheaply for years at a time. And so you have to think differently. You have to reprioritize things in your life, and you have to adjust things in a way that isn't going to be normal. Choosing an extraordinary life, you have to do things that other people don't. You essentially have to reprioritize your entire life if you want to have more flexibility, freedom, and wealth. You're going to have to do some hard, difficult things. And you do have to say no to stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, you have to figure out what is right to say yes to and what is right to say no to. And things I would have said yes to in my 20s, I say no to in my 30s because my goals and visions have changed. My priorities have shifted. And so if there's a few things you take away from this video is, 1, it is possible to choose a different life. A non-traditional career is possible. And 2, it is possible to be successful and set your own terms. But there's a few things you need to do. You need to define success for yourself. Not what your parents think, not what your friends think, but what is success to you? Write it down, come up with a plan, and start living that life today. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll leave another video here that is also going to help you on your journey. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the links in the description where you can get some more resources on how to earn from anywhere.